What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Rey Vargas versus O'Shaquie Foster. This one is for the WBC super featherweight title, a weight that Vargas is moving up a division to try and get, whereas Foster has been comfortable in this division and a division higher. So this makes for an interesting and exciting matchup. Let's get into it. Let's start with Rey Vargas. 36 wins, no losses, 22 wins by way of knockout. He only fought once last year, but it was a big fight where he won the WBC featherweight title from Mark Magsayo by split decision. He'll have the height advantage in this fight, the reach advantage over Foster in this fight. Vargas is a smart boxer who uses his reach, power, and size very well. He's got good pop in his shots, good solid jab, a good counterpuncher, good footwork, and good instincts. He's been a very good champion in his own right. When he won the WBC Super Bantamweight title in 2017, he had 5 title defenses and he came out on top every single time. So the moment isn't going to be too big for him. He's fought in these championship stages in these big moments before, even though it is a new division for him. Now, when he fought Magsayo, I remember my prediction of that, right? I said if Vargas cannot forget his jab, use his feet to make it harder for Magsayo to hit him, it's a good possibility he's going to win that fight. From what we've seen from Magsayo so far, right? He's got power. We know he can fight. We know he's got pop. But the issue that I had with him was that he is loyal to his game plan and that he's reluctant to adjust on the fly if he needs to. Power can only get you so much, but sometimes you need more when you're facing certain fighters. And that night, while it was a close fight, Vargas made better adjustments, used his jab to keep the distance, and won the fight. Vargas is a guy that can frustrate you if you don't go in with a game plan, but also leaving a little bit of adjustment and grace with that same plan. He's stronger than he looks. He packs more of a punch than he looks. He can close the gap quicker than he looks. He's consistent and he's got good conditioning throughout his fight. Going back to his fight against Magsayo again, I thought he did a great job of outboxing Magsayo and fighting his fight and not engaging in the fight that Magsayo wanted, right? Even when he did get knocked down in that fight, we always knew that was a possibility. We knew Mark Magsayo was a big puncher, but he got up, fought back, fought cautiously, and landed some good shots in the championship rounds, and he got the win. So we know he can take a good shot and pop back up. We know he's tough. We know he has heart. Otherwise, he would have stayed down, right? He's never lost the fight on paper, so he doesn't know how to lose at this moment. He's been successful in 2 divisions already, and he's going to look for that to continue. However, right, we did see what happened this weekend with Emmanuel Navarrete moving up a division, and the fight was a lot harder than I'm sure he anticipated and expected it to be. So moving up another division is not an easy task. Let's talk about his opponent, O'Shaquie Foster. 19 wins, 2 losses, 11 wins by way of knockout. His losses came early in his career. He lost by unanimous decision to Sanny Motea and Orlando Chinea by split decision. But since that loss, he's been on a tear. Foster in his recent fights offensively, man, he looked very sharp, right? His hands look fast. Good combinations were coming through smoothly and effectively. He counterpunched Yakubov very well. Good footwork in the ring, and he's smooth and explosive as well. When he fought Miguel Roman, Foster caught him with a big right hand in the first round that dropped Roman early, and I mean very early in that fight. So he's not looking to be a slow starter. He always comes in, right, already breaking a sweat, already ready for the fight to take place and go wherever the fight is going to go. So he's coming into the fight ready to go. But in that fight, he controlled the pressure of the fight. Even when Roman was coming forward, I think Roman had the right game plan, trying to make it a close range fight, trying to make it uncomfortable for Foster and not allow Foster to really extend on his punches. But he got outworked in that fight and his conditioning was fading. Now, when he fought Yakubov, right, he turned up the pressure a lot in that fight. He took a lot of risks and he took a lot of big shots as well too. Landed some big shots of his own, but he was putting on a counter punching display in that fight. Everything in that fight, every time Yakubov came forward and missed, man, Foster made him pay. Right? He made him pay every single time. And he had a lot of success using Yakubov's momentum against him, and it caught him a lot in that fight. His timing and his patience was a key factor in that fight for Foster. He looked comfortable as well. Didn't once look worried or flustered in that fight. And then in the 12th round, he countered him at the right time coming in, landed a nice 1-2 combination, and he got the knockdown to solidify and to seal the win in that fight. So this is a guy who is well conditioned, gets better as the fight goes on, more confident as the fight goes on. He has a good chin on him as well too. And any given moment, he can land that shot that may back you up, that may really give him that extra confidence to see if he can close out the show. So who wins? This is a fight that, you kind of have to lean towards what your gut is telling you. I think it's a tough one to pick. Both men are coming off incredible performances to get their most recent wins. And that's great, right? That's what you want, right? You want to see boxers when they are in their sharpest times, when they are in their most confident times, because we know we're going to get the best out of them. I like the fact that Vargas, when he fought Magsayo, got up off of the canvas and got back up, didn't back down, and find a way to win the fight. That's what champions are about. That's what makes a champion. I like how O'Shaquie Foster sliced and diced his last two opponents. He fought with the belief, but most importantly, a winning spirit about him. But I will say what I did not like with O'Shaquie Foster in his recent fights was how easily he was able to get hit. Right? In his last fight, he got caught with a shot that made him look into the stands before he popped his head back. And that was happening too close in between for my liking. So that is why, for me, I'm going with Rey Vargas to win this fight. I think it's going to be a close fight. Matter of fact, if I'm a betting person, if the odds are nice, it wouldn't be a bad thing to sprinkle a little bit of bread on Foster for the rounds, in my opinion. I think it's a close fight, but I think the experience, I think the championship pedigree, and I think the fact that Rey Vargas has fought a big puncher in Magsayo, I think that is going to play a big role in this fight. I think the jab is going to be there and steady, and I just really liked how Rey Vargas looked in his last fight a little better than I did like O'Shaquie, how he looked in his last fight. So I'm taking Rey Vargas to win this fight by decision. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Shout out to Ali Point TV for that donation over the weekend, man. Every amount goes towards the growth of this channel and will be greatly, greatly appreciated. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.